amazing. It was good.
I got half of that. Anyway, hi, welcome back. We're continuing adventures. So, yes, we just left off. They had stumbled upon a meeting between Cyclops and Kalida. And now you and now you're continuing your journey to the bridge.
Alright. Yeah, we'll just keep that normal marching on her.
Yep.
There is no improvement with Signe at all at this point.
I mean, I will say...
She's been in this state now for like 2 weeks now.
She's having less nightmare time.
Yay!
She feels like her sleep isn't still good, but it's not like in your brain as much. You're, at least if you're having bad dreams, you're not remembering them.
To be fair, always have bad dreams. That's just a thing.
They're just not as worse as they were for a while. For a while, they were worse.
The next night, I'm gonna take her, I'm gonna have her sit down, and I'm gonna sit in front of her, and I'm gonna take her hands, and just kind of hold her hands in my palms, and I'm gonna say, give me some sign that you're okay. Just, if you can, move something, because this is starting to be weird. You're...
Starting?
Yeah, this is really starting to be, this is really worrying.
I'll tell you what. One thing happens, because she's been in her normal form, like the white hair, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. It switches to her normal disguise.
Alright, it's something. Thank you. I don't know what to do.
Fafnir doesn't even know what to do.
No!
We can't understand him. Well...
I can.
Yeah, only Ulfgar hears him say, no!
I'll grab some of the bones, the random miscellaneous ones, cook them up a little bit, then crush them into a fine powder, mix them with ink, open up my book to like one of the last few pages, and pour the ink on there, asking Jurgle for some advice on what to do with Signe.
There will be no response.
What is this?
A few more days of travel do pass, though. You cross the bridge successfully and safely, and head into the more familiar grasses around your castle. After maybe another half a week of journeying, though, you begin to approach the entrance to the castle once more.
Whoa. When we get to the castle, is it midday? Is it night? Is it early morning?
All of the above.
I mean, again, it's like...
No, I mean, when we would normally rest. We would have a schedule at this point of when we stop every day.
Yes.
You just go into like, I'm tired.
Yeah. Eventually, yes, every day you kind of feel tired at a certain point in time and kind of have gotten to a rhythm of what you assume are days and nights. And in your own schedule, you would say about midday your schedule, which kind of at this point in time is really hard to tell if it's the same as everybody else's schedule, because everybody kind of builds their own schedules on a endless cycle of day and night.
Alright, so...
Water clocks. Water clocks are very popular.
How long did it take to get here?
It ended up being a little longer, just because of some various reasons. So it ended up being a little bit more than a week.
Alright, well, for 6 days after I tried to talk to Jurgle, I'm just gonna wake up a little bit before everyone and try casting Enhance Ability on Signe, just going down the list each day.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured nothing would work, but he's just trying.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of worrisome for a party member to be like this. I mean, you gotta admit.
Yes.
The night before, we know we're gonna get to the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Zach kind of just sits kind of quietly, and kind of goes like he's been more jovial with you guys. He's been more open with you guys. But knowing that we're going back into that world, you see that he goes more introvert again. He prepares his uniform that he has been wearing this entire time. And he cleans up his facial hair, looks in the mirror, cleans up his hair. You can see him getting ready to put on the facade again of ability. So, then we'll fast forward.
Okay. Definitely you'll be spotted by some of the guards up the tower, like a little whiles out from arriving. They'll kind of give you a wave that you can see off in the distance. And you'll get to the castle doors, and something unusual will be at the castle doors. Now, one of the things that was done months ago to help keep some safety is a lot of the grass, like to a degree outside of the castle, is cut down. So nothing can really like sneak up very well. But another detail is usually the main gate was open but guarded to allow for scouts, hunters, and all that to travel easily in and out, with guards ready to close them if necessary. The gates are closed when you arrive, and it's a few minutes of them opening up and making sure everything's good to go before you're allowed in.
When we're waiting for the doors to open, I'll turn back and I'll look to, and he's standing with his hands behind his back in a very militant posture again. He was always kind of always kept a good bearing to himself, like a military bearing, but this time you can see it's more of like a distance thing, like I am nobility. And he looks to you guys and he goes, "You guys take a quick gander around while we wait for the gates. Does it look like any signs of violence? Because this is odd, the gates weren't closed before." Because you guys are a bit good at spotting things. Oh, goodness.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wait, I want Fafnir to make a check. I have to get his sheet open, though. Are you a good boy?
Yeah.
I mean, you're an okay boy.
I mean, Fafnir will not see anything that screams violence in his eyes, that's for sure. It looks all pretty similar. Pretty safe, you would say. But,
maybe they're just being more cautious since we know the Dreadlord's about.
That's fair. That's a fair assumption. That, or maybe with the Khalida leaning towards war, maybe they've seen more scouts in the area.
That could be as well.
Okay.
Either way, I think it's smarter.
Just be careful. And he looks around to you guys. When we come back, there's going to be a lot of powerful people trying to play games with us. Try to get answers. Just be careful what you say. We have something very valuable. We have two things very valuable that we didn't have before. The Master Blacksmith and the Orb. We need to be careful who gains control of that power.
After a little while, someone will carry out and it's like, "Is that a troll with you?
He's a friend."
Are you sure?
Yes.
He'll be making better weapons than you've ever seen.
A troll blacksmith?
He's really very good.
Zach will just look up, straight face, no anger in his voice at all, but very authoritative, saying, "This is Baron Zechariah of the House Anders. Open the gate immediately."
At that, someone will start to open the gate. You will definitely notice also there are more guards at the gate too than before. Their commander will kind of come up to you, salute. Commander Anders.
Yes.
We were surprised to see you accompanied by any kind of giant kin.
Yes. The Master Blacksmith here is the finest craftsman I've seen in this land, or any of the lands. please, I'd like to schedule a meeting with the Duke at once.
Yes, of course. We already did send word that you had arrived. There was another one looking for you. Someone from the merchant districts, the high-class district, that was looking for all of you when you returned. I'll send word to them too, but I believe you should probably...
Hold your tongue. Hold your tongue. Only tell the Duke for now.
I'm afraid I can't live with that, or acknowledge that, sir. It is, Sir Bartleby that was seeking you.
This is the distant merchant, right?
No, this is the guy that basically funded the defenses of the town so you were ready for the Dread Armies. Without it, probably all the refugees would have died.
Yeah, but he's been the one that's standoffish, right? He's not like active in court.
He's not active in court. He keeps to himself mostly. No one knows why. There's only one of you who've actually met him, and only briefly a few times. And she can't speak right now.
Yeah, as soon as, like, if any of you are paying attention, when she hears Bartleby, she flinches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Zach's not paying attention. No. He's angry.
I'm afraid that whatever matter he has seems to be of utmost importance, and he asked that it was a life and death material, but your meeting with the Duke does come first.
So, I understand you're doing your job, but next time, the Duke makes this call, not you.
The Duke has already been informed that he was looking into this information, and he would have shared this long ago when he started looking for it.
Understood. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And I'm just gonna walk past him.
Okay.
I'm gonna... First thing, I'm gonna head, I don't know where to go with this troll. Because his ass ain't coming to my house.
The blacksmith area.
The blacksmiths. The brothers.
But I'd be worried about taking him straight there.
You could take him with him to see the Duke. I mean...
No, I'll take him to the blacksmith area.
Okay.
I'll head there. Is the rest of the group coming?
I'll follow along. I have nothing better to do.
Okay. I'll send Percy to the house to grab... I gotta pull up my other guys' names now. I haven't used them in forever.
They're back home here.
I'll send him to, one, to bathe, and ask Artem, like, to get, like, nice, because I'm sure this kid looks like trash. After being on the road for so long. Send him to tell Artemis to prepare him for court. Prepare Percy for court. And to send Waldo to the blacksmith area. As we go. Waldo's the messenger, and Artemis, Artis is the house guy.
Yep.
Runs the house.
Okay.
And then we'll head to the blacksmith area.
Okay.
Do any of you have any meetings? Do you have any knowledge of the blacksmiths? I have yet to meet them.
Walk up and say hello.
I didn't ask how to approach them. Yes. I asked, do you have any knowledge previous?
I'm sure we've all had some small dealings with them. They're the only ones in our town.
Yeah. You'd be surprised with specialists, and my eyes will just very quickly look at Ulfgar and try to look away before he notices. People that excel in their craft tend to be odd sometimes.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And then okay, we'll just head there, and I'll ask the master blacksmith, the troll, to wait like in a decent distance from the blacksmith's house, and then I'll approach and knock. Not like super far, just like a comfortable distance that they're not gonna freak out that a troll's at the doorstep. You know. And then I'll knock on their door. What?
Okay. You will knock on the door.
I don't know. Is it like an open air, like blacksmithy? Like how
it's like a shop with like a backyard where all the work where the like forges are, because it's technically two forges which are connected, and the two shops are technically connected but mostly separated out because the brothers have a not great relationship with each other. It's the Iron Fist brothers. On one side is Tovan, who is the weaponsmith, and the other side is Dovin, who is the armorsmith.
Master Troll, do you prefer to make weapons or armor?
I specialize more in weapons, but I can make either. And his name is Norgak.
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 Alright. So I will I will... I mean, it's a shop, right? So I'll enter.
Yeah.
Well, there's two different sides.
I know, until the first one, the closest one I'll enter.
There's technically a wall in between them, but it's mostly a wall. But it's like also there is like you can go around it a little bit inside the shops, and it's not a very good wall.
Yeah. I'll just enter, and then do I see the blacksmith? Can I see someone as soon as the blacksmith?
Yeah, you can see Tovin is in the shop section right now. It's
pick.
early enough in the day that both of them are in their shop areas. They usually close up towards like mid-afternoon and just work in the back, and then you just have to... It's more like a morning, early, like noon that the shops are open to actually order stuff.
Tovin.
Ah, Ulfgar. Good to see you again. What can I do for you? Work on your weapon?
No. We have a friend.
A friend?
It was Norgak, right?
Yeah.
Okay, want to make sure it wasn't Norgak. I don't know why I thought that. Anyways, Norgak, come in, please.
All right.
Oh, Doc.
I'm sure he knows how to enter a building at this point. Just walks through the wall.
You small ones in your difficult doors to squeeze through.
So, this is a friend.
This Tovin's just gonna kind of like look at you of like this like deadpan of like what?
He is a very, very talented blacksmith, and I believe that you could help each other out and learn from each other and things like that.
Huh.
He will be working with you until we are able to get him his own equipment and sites. I'm sure you'll find him amenable. He is the finest blacksmith I've seen in this land.
He's gonna kind of turn to this like bird cage where he's got like some kind of parrot in it next to it. Looks like we've got more idiots to talk about, like the other one across the street. Isn't that right, idiot? Isn't that right, idiot?
Across the street? You mean
Across
like the board?
No, like across the board, yeah.
Oh. He will be working with you from now.
Humph!
Show him the great sword he made.
I'll pull out the +1 great sword. I don't think he made it though.
No.
Didn't he?
He worked on stuff. You don't know what he made at all, actually.
Yeah, no.
In
I just
that
showed
case,
it to him. Like,
Nor-
I showed it to him, and he was like, it's good. But that's it.
Norgak, can you show him anything you've made, or did you just...
I don't really care right now. If they let me use the forges, that's fine. If they need some help, I'll assist them. You have like a small shack or something I could put a cauldron in or something, or just something simple.
We'll find something for you. At the moment, they were a little unprepared for a majestic creature of your size.
Should have mentioned that to him.
Yes, maybe. I will make sure you're taken care of by the day's end. If you don't mind, we'll leave you with the blacksmith, and I hope you two can forge a good alliance. That was good.
Not good.
Zach's not gonna wait for the reaction. He's gonna turn and walk. And then I'm gonna head over to across the board.
I would say, Zach, you know of Tovin because there are certain things that he does that are very awful in town that the people tolerate because he's a very good weaponsmith. one of the things that you would know about him is that the very few times he bathes, he uses the town fountain.
I probably found that information out as the captain of the guard.
Yes.
I'm trying to be political and diplomatic right now.
Sounds like you need to
say
use
that.
blackmail.
I mean, there's probably no
bribery.
blackmailing him because he does that in public. Unlike his brother, who doesn't do that kind of thing in public.
Okay. Go again. Dove is the weaponsmith.
No, armor.
Yeah. They are technically twins.
Dove armor.
They are dwarven twins.
Yeah.
Dove is armor.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go
Dove
to
for
Dove.
defense.
Yes. And Tovin is
Deep
the
for
one
defense.
that tends to be very gross.
Okay, so the weaponsmith is the gross one.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna head over to Armorsmith. After saying that, Zach's in his like full-on I'm a barbarian mode. So he's not waiting for people to answer him. They're just gonna do it in his mind. So he heads over to the armorsmith, and he walks in and says, Dovin. Dovin, can I have a word with you real quick?
Oh, hello, Master Zechariah. How
It's
good
Baron. It's
Oh,
Baron.
I'm sorry, Baron Zechariah. How good it
Lord.
is to see you again. Perhaps I can offer you a small cookie or a small bit of granola.
No,
Granola.
I appreciate it, but I have some armor that I think you might be interested in. And I will pull out the Dreadlord's armor set. And I will say, we found this in a very far-off land. I'm going to leave it here, and I want you to study it. Can you try to find out as much information as you can from it?
I can. Baron, have you considered my previous suggestion to you? I know. You are looking for a nice human woman, but in this day and age, it should be more understandable for a stout woman like my good cousin to find one like such as yourself.
Zach will hold it, and like he's a little smirk happens, but he's like holding it in as much as he can, and he goes, I appreciate the offer, but we have much more important things on hand right now.
Oh, I'm sure, with your adventures and all.
Yes.
Is there something with stout people?
No,
Ulfgar, you're here too.
not at all.
I mean,
Afternoon.
you also have quite a good position, and perhaps getting her someone that would be wonderful would be good. I'm just saying, maybe
afraid
you
I'd
settling
bore
down.
her to death.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, good friend. You seem to have an eccentric but wonderful personality.
Cookie?
I'll be off now. Thank you. And Zach will walk out.
I'll take a cookie and give him a shot.
Oh, how good of
That
you!
has to be the most dwarven thing you've ever done.
I'll take a cookie and walk away.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'll take 2 cookies and I'll hand one over to Signe.
Okay.
I just kind of like put it in her hand and raise it towards her mouth.
She mechanically eats it, I guess.
Yeah.
Aw. Is it good? Please say it's a good cookie. It's not like brick.
He probably doesn't make them, so it's good.
It's hard like his armor.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
It's a hard cookie. It's probably a hard
Alright,
cookie.
So
by
I noted down Dreadlord armor is at the armorsmith.
Yes.
So I'll also, like, walking out, I'll turn back to him and I'll say, by the way, your brother has a very special guest, currently.
Yes, I overheard. Unfortunately.
Yes. He has exceptional knowledge about this stuff, if you want to maybe tap into his mind. Like, ask him a few questions.
If it seems like he would be a help to me in any shape or form and assist on my expertise on making armor for let's say, everyone in this city, then I will ask it.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate.
Oh yes, no, thank you for dropping this on a lap. No more cookies for you. Today, at least.
I don't think you'll keep the no cookie rule after you see the work he did.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yes. You will be pleasantly surprised. And I'll leave. Because I don't want to deal with this pompous asshole. I'm going to go deal with other pompous assholes.
You're calling them pompous assholes?
Well, no, only one of them is a pompous asshole. Dovin kind of is a jerk.
I didn't say I wasn't. I didn't say I wasn't. Just because I say someone's a liar doesn't mean I only tell the truth. So,
He said he wants to deal with other pompous assholes.
I have a lot of jerks to deal with today. So I just spit all over my monitor.
I'll
that's nice.
escort my companion to a safe area.
What companion?
I point to the giant orb and the chest with heads.
Oh. Yeah, that's understandable. Thank you.
Where were you taking them?
I'm going to go with one of the secured locations that Orn has stashed around town.
Okay.
Preferably somewhere around my cemetery.
He probably has something in that area? Sure.
Probably in one of the
Mausoleum.
crypts.
Yeah, a mausoleum that
Yeah.
is supposed to be filled but isn't.
Yeah.
Does Ulfgar... I mean... Dang it. I have your name written phonetically, so I don't say it wrong.
Uh-huh.
And I was looking at it when I was trying to say something. Anyways,
You
does
just
Waldo
can't
make
keep
it
your
to
eyes
us?
off me.
I like stout.
Does who make it to you? What was that?
Waldo, my messenger.
Oh, yes.
Where's Waldo?
I've been thinking
my
that
lord!
every
When he gets there.
Hello! Good to see you again. Good to see you alive.
Yes, that's...
It has been
Thank
too
you. I
long.
appreciate that. I'll hold out my hand to him to do that, like, do a formal shake. And
Yes,
just,
yes.
Thank you, my friend. I need you to do two things for me.
Yes.
One, I would like you to go speak with Master Orin to let him know that we are here and that the item that we spoke about is being taken care of by Master Ulfgar. And I would also like you to go see, is it Countess? What's her name? Thatch.
Yes.
It's Countess.
She'd actually, her title technically would be sister because she's officially of the faith.
Can't
But it isn't the
remember her
celibate
name.
kind of sister though. Just I'm just saying.
It's Sister Alora Thatch, then,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
It is Alora, right? I thought it was Alora.
It might be. I remember.
It's
her,
something.
I have to pull out.
It's literally been a couple of
Olivia.
months.
Olivia.
Olivia.
Yes.
Okay, Olivia. And then could you speak to Sister Olivia Thatch that I have returned, and if she has some free time, I'd like to speak with her.
Yes, my lord. Will do.
Thank you.
He'll run off.
I'll turn back to Chance, because Chance, me, and Signe are the only ones left now.
Yep.
I'm gonna take.
Oh yeah, I'm not here.
I hold my, pinch my eyebrows, my nose, and I go, all right, well, I didn't think about it, but we're gonna have to go to the church. I did need to send him to go see Sister Thatch. Are you willing to come with me, Chance?
If you'd like me to.
Yes. It's the only people I know that are connected to Signe are at the church. They took care of her when she first showed up into town. So maybe they'll know something. I want to make sure she's taken care of.
Agreed.
That's all I know about Signe. Signe has not opened up at all to us. So I'll head towards the church with Signe.
Okay.
Hopefully.
You arrive at the church, and it seems like it is just after some kind of sermon has actually occurred. A number of people are leaving. There's still some that seem to be deep in prayer. And the Father Belize, is kind of in the back, seemingly talking to a few parishioners before they leave.
Alright, I'll wait until he's free. When he's done speaking, I'll just stand to the side. Where I'm keeping my eye on him, so if he does make his eye contact, I'll just nod to him to let him know I'm like here for him. And I'll just wait until he's done speaking. I don't want to interrupt his thing.
Yeah.
Because we don't actually have an arrangement with the Duke yet.
Nope.
For a time, so. And I'll just be chatting with Chance, letting him know, like, this is where I first met Signe, and blah, 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 blah. You know, she came in injured. I don't know if we ever relayed this on our trip.
She wasn't like this, was she?
I don't know. I didn't meet her when she came back. I met her after she got better.
He'll finish up and then turn towards you. Zach, how good it is to see you again.
Hello, Father. It's Father, correct? Or is it Priest?
Yes, it's Father. He goes by.
Okay. Hello, Father. Lady Signe here seems to have come down with some kind of illness, sickness? I'm not sure. And I know you took care of her previously, or your church did. And I was wondering if this was the same thing that she was afflicted with previously.
What seems to be the problem?
She seems to be unresponsive. She's capable of walking and taking care of herself. But she hasn't spoken weeks. She just stares off distantly.
What could have happened to cause this?
Well, we had a very daring fight where she almost fell. One of us did fall and was able to get back up before it was permanent. And I myself almost died. After that, the next morning she was like this. That's all I know.
Unfortunately,
I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Didn't Fafnir mention to us before, mention to Ulfgar before that she had been like this once that he knew of?
Yeah, I don't know if he relayed that to us.
And there was also the scream of the psychic drama box. I'm not there, I'm just reminding you guys.
Yeah. I don't know. Would you have informed us that this was previous? This happened to her previously? Because you're the only one that understands Draconic, and that was Fafnir saying that.
I remember mentioning that it's happened before.
Okay,
yeah.
Alright, so I'll relay that this has happened previously before, a very long time ago, to my understanding, but that's all I know. Master Fafnir, and I'll gesture towards Fafnir, is the one that told us. He speaks the dragon tongue that Master Ulfgar is able to understand.
I was able to communicate with the small dragon myself, too. I know a few languages that I've picked up along the way, including the one of dragons. Unfortunately, this is the second time that I know of this thing occur. When she came to us, she was like this. The small dragon was injured, unconscious with her. I'm not sure how long it had been unconscious, but it seems whatever happened to her old crew had left her in a state of near death, and she still managed to drag herself back to this place after how many weeks or how long it had been of walking on her own through the wilderness in a state that any other man nor woman should have died to. So I do not know.
It sounds like Signe.
But
it sounds like Lady Signe, very stubborn.
It was around the time that her small friend recovered that she began to recover to a degree. I'm not sure if there was a connection between them that caused this, or perhaps it was life returning to the small animal that returned life to her, but it was a state similar to that.
Interesting.
Your small friend would not be aware of it as much, because he was not there when in a state that could recognize what was going on with her when they first arrived.
Master Fafnir seemed to be alright this entire time. He was actually able to even aid us when we needed him.
I fear that perhaps past trauma may have brought this forth. You do realize that the friends she had traveling out in land, that she was traveling with for months, Master Nokrin and the rest of them, they have not returned. They have disappeared.
Yes, I know I've read the reports. I'm gonna look around. We're still outside in front of the church. I'm gonna say, is there a secure place for us to speak? I'd like to inform you about a little bit more that we ran into. But...
Let me take you to my office.
Okay. I'll follow him, kind of guiding Signe in.
I'll follow along as well.
I was thinking the same thing, like, oh, it just kills Fafnir, alright.
Bitch, nobody touches my goddamn dragon!
As you're walking in, a pure white-skinned teenage girl will come up to the father and be like, Father, I was helping out with the sister and the brother. Everything seems alright after it. Do you need any more assistance? Or can I go bother my father at his work? Oh no, child. You may go.
Pure white?
Pure white. She looks almost elven, but there's something odd about her.
I mean, I know what it is.
Yeah.
But...
First
has Zach read the report? Because that was a pretty impactful battle.
You may have heard of her, definitely. Because she technically is incredibly dangerous if she lost control of her organs.
Yeah. If that I mean, I'm assuming that would have been Orin would have relayed that in some way, shape, or form.
You guys,
or someone.
Name is just Orin. He keeps saying Orin.
Is it?
It's
O-R-N-N.
Well, I mean, maybe he needs to fix the name on his door, okay?
Maybe Tantus needs to stop getting it wrong so other people can get it right.
Is it really just Orn?
Yes, O-R-N-N.
Orn.
Orn.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'll try to remember that.
I keep trying to say it right, and I don't, because I'm bad.
Alright, I look to the little girl, and I'm like... Zach is not, like, comfortable around her. Chance probably notices this. He has more insight on Zach now that we've gone through some supernatural crap.
Ulfgar,
you notice Zach.
You probably are familiar with her, and you've noticed something very unusual about this girl.
Ulfgar's not
I'm
there.
not there.
Oh, that's right.
But I do know her. I know her.
Okay, then you're not there to notice something. Yay.
Zach's hands, like, twitch a little bit, like he's like about to grasp a sword, but he's not reaching for his sword. His hand just kind of twitches in that way.
The thing is, the girl runs off and uses the door properly. Doesn't do anything strange and unusual, and seems to just be acting like a normal person. Except, like, her clothes were similar, like, just all, like, of a whitened out color, but there was a little bit of color to them almost.
She will run into Ted, though, and...
Mm-hmm.
And since we're in town, Ted's job was to help entertain her.
Yeah.
A skeleton and her hanging out. How sweet.
She'll probably bring Ted with her to go see Tim.
Ted skips.
Mm-hmm.
To your office, Father?
Yes, please, this way. It is more a bedroom and office. We don't have a lot of space here.
I understand. It's just... we may be summoned at any time by the Duke, and we need to be ready to go.
I understand. He'll lead you into his quarters. It's got, like, a small, like, desk area with, like, a couple of chairs and stuff, so that if he... he'll, like, offer chairs if anybody wants them. He's going to kind of sit at the desk, kind of put down...
I positioned Signe to, like, sit. I don't know if she
I was gonna say the same thing. I'll try to get her to sit. I'm gonna just lean up against the wall.
He's gonna, like, open up one of the drawers of the desk and, like, put the book he's been carrying in there, which seemed to be, like, one of the religious tomes he was carrying today. I was actually teaching a sermon today on the general pantheon of most of us once worshipped in the old lands.
Yes, actually, about that, I'll reach in the bag of holding, and I'll start pulling out all the statues that we stole from that room, all the like different gods. I don't know if Ulfgar got one of his god, because I wouldn't give him that one. I would only give him like the general ones that I recognized. We just, like...
I recognize some of these, but there are others that, off the top of my head, I do not. I think we have some old books of storage of ancient deities or more obscure deities that were beyond the common ones, and I could look into them.
I understand, Father. That's not why we're here. I brought these because you might find them useful later. You might want to speak with Master Ulfgar. He was able to identify the majority of these.
Yes.
Anyways, back to Signe.
Yes, of course.
We ran into... This happened after that large battle that I told you. But what I didn't tell you, because it needs to stay between us, is that this battle was in the lair of the Dreadlord. We found he was staying there at the time, and we were able to discover heads that he was keeping in these crystalline cases. They were odd. And again, Master Ulfgar has more information on them.
Did you find the Dreadlord there, though?
No. He has already left. And his whereabouts are unknown.
That's disturbing.
Yes, it is. Again, it's very important that we keep this between us.
I understand. You wouldn't want panic with the citizens. We have enough to think about as it is.
So I don't know if that has any type of effect on her. We found very many artifacts and items that he used personally. And it was after this battle, after we found these things, that she was in this state. Actually, specifically, I believe the last thing that the last actions I can remember her doing was when her and I opened the chest, and this chest had some kind of trap in it that gave us searing pain. And I don't remember her acting any different since then. Chance, do you?
No.
If you want, I can take a look at her, see if there's anything health-wise unusual, but if something is wrong with her mind, and if it's some old trauma from battle... I've heard tales of soldiers that have had their minds broken by horrible things, but I've never seen it myself. Perhaps this is some of that whatever she saw either before she came to this world, or maybe even when Nocturne and the others disappeared, that it has caused some kind of trauma in her mind.
If you say so. This is beyond my knowledge. This is beyond what I am used to. I've seen a lot of death, but I was trained from a very early age to ignore my feelings on the matter. So, I'll leave her in your care for now.
Yes. I'll see if I can do something. I do not know.
I want to do an insight check when he says yes. Is he going to take care of her?
Sure. Roll an insight check.
Oh, dang it! That's 2 2s!
You're not sure. You're just trying to, like, judge his voice, and his voice just doesn't seem to... It seems to be the same kind tone he always takes with everyone. That was the thing. So.
I will lean down. I don't know if Chance is going to say anything. But I'll lean down and I'll whisper at Fafnir and say, protect her, and if you need me, come find me. I'll come right away. And I'll just get up and I give the father a nod and say, I will be back as soon as possible to check on him. And
yes.
Turn around him.
He's gonna kind of follow out and leaving Signe in his room and move over to the room next door and kind of knock on the door as you're leaving.
I'm gonna say to him as we walk out, thank you, Father. I know you took care of her before. I'm sure you'll do the same again.
Yes, I'll do my best. He'll knock. Brother Knack! Brother Knack! I need you to go and retrieve Sister Thatch from the tents, from the cafeteria. We have need of looking after someone here at the church for a little bit. She may return to her duty soon enough. Brother Knack, please hurry!
When the Zach hears this, he'll just put his hand behind on Chance's back and go, "We need to go." And
Trouble?
No, we'll talk about it later.
Wait, insight.
He's not lying to you.
I know. I just like how pissing his pants. Oh God.
Chance is maybe.
He's very nervous. He's very nervous.
It's called the love life.
The minute her name came up, and when he spoke about it before, his voice quavers just a little bit more, and he's very nervous. So he's like, "Chance, we need to head off right away."
Lady Trouble's understood.
Yes.
And he'll just start walking.
Yeah. As you leave the church, a runner will come up to you. Sir Williams, Sir Anders, the Duke has heard of your arrival and has asked me to find you and have you come to court.
Thank you. 1 second. Look to Chance. Do you happen to know where Ulfgar might have went?
Afternoon.
Hey, there he is. You're always on time, sir.
Speak of the devil.
Death. But anyways,
Sir Gravetender, you can also arrive. Is Lady Winterbreed joining us? Should I inform the
She's
Duke?
indisposed at the moment. Quite a rough trip.
Yes, I can understand. Well, if the three of you would please come, I will run ahead and let the Duke know that you shall be arriving shortly.
By the way, I have Blinky and Pinky with me.
Okay.
at this point.
Are they back in their cloaks and stuff, or, you know?
Well, they're never really off. They just have the hoods up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
As we
they're
start,
part of the crew at this point, I think, for us. Like,
Yeah.
we've been traveling with them for so long.
By the way, Zach, you'll see that Pinky actually gives you like a little kind of coy wave.
That's different.
They have free will when not on
Interesting. Yes, Chance?
as we start walking, I'm just gonna whisper, "You don't have those problems when you just pay." And start walking away.
And that's a great place to take our second break and lead towards heading to the Duke. Oh, God.
Poor Mads. She's been, like, quiet this whole damn time.
She's the one who made the
To a
character.
specific part.
I don't know if what we're doing is right. We don't know anything what to do with you. We keep failing every check that we need to know something.
Before we go to break, like, when we start heading to the Duke, I will use sending to, get a hold of Orn and tell him that we're meeting the Duke, so he might want to show up just in case.
We'll say he was already going to be there.
Yeah, I'm sure he got a runner from my runner from the runner.
Oh, I figured, but
Yep.
you gotta make sure.
Gotta make sure.
Yeah.
Right,
I think
so-
that's all the
Break time.
dinners-
Yep, break
dinners-
time. If you need a drink, if you need a snack, if you need to quickly run to the restroom, go ahead and do it. We're back in a couple of minutes to continue the adventures and meet with the Duke. So see you in a second, folks.